Hey y'all, welcome to the 5-minute sitting break workout. So you'll notice this video is a little bit longer than 5 minutes because I wanted to give you a couple of options exercise-wise. So we'll get started. It's only 6 minutes, so I'm sure you'll find something in here that works for you. Let's get started. So first we're going to start by stretching your arms overhead. If you've been sitting, you need to stretch. So just stretch up as high as you can go and then exhale and bend forward. You're going to get a little stretch in those hamstrings. You can bend your knees a little bit, really let your back release. You can clasp your hands at your elbows and just let your upper body hang. Let those hamstrings and low back release. Just breathe slow and deep. So we're getting some good breathing in here too. I like to take about 5 slow breaths in and out. Nice and slow, just really letting that body reverse the sitting posture. Next, you're going to come down onto your hands and knees, and we'll do a little more breathing with cat-cows. Inhale, arch your back, look forward. Exhale, round your back, push the floor away from you. About 5 of those. Really getting some movement through your spine and really working on pulling those shoulders down out of your ears, drawing those shoulder blades together and down your back, really opening up that spine. You don't have to shoot for a lot of movement through the low back, but just do whatever is comfortable. Next, we're going to do a little more upper back opening with these T-spine extension rotations. So you're going to do 5 on each side. So make sure as you're doing these, you sit back. Your butt should be in contact with your heels so your low back doesn't stretch too much. Put your hand behind your head, and your other hand should be just a few inches in front of your knees. And you're just going to rotate, reaching that elbow all the way up to the ceiling, turn, look at the elbow, and then bring it back down. Those are your extension rotations to get some good movement through that upper back. Now, go ahead and put your feet flat on the mat and stretch yourself back, just opening up that chest. Hand placement is totally up to you, whatever's most comfortable. You can let your head tilt side to side, getting a little stretch through your neck as well. But the big thing is you want to pull those shoulder blades together and down your back, let your chest open up, and stretch your neck. Let's stretch out those sides. So just put your left hand to your left side and then stretch your right arm over and then repeat on the other side. Fairly quick here, just getting some movement. Now you're going to come into a lunge. We're going to stretch that hip flexor first. So bring your right leg forward and lengthen that hip flexor by really pressing your knee into the mat and extending yourself forward. A slight tip in your pelvis to really stretch out the front of that left hip. And if you're feeling it, go ahead and rock out about 5 lunges while you're here. Just move up and down. Now go ahead and switch sides. So bring that left leg forward, get that stretch through that right hip flexor. And if you are feeling steady, go for 5 lunges here, up and down. Quick and easy, just to get a little movement, a little bit of blood flowing through your body. Come back down onto hands and knees, and you're going to come into plank. And if you want to add a little core and glute workout to kind of reverse the sitting, you can just alternate raising your feet back and forth, just like you see me doing. Just keep that core nice and tight. Next, we're going to do some bridges. So we're still really trying to reverse that sitting posture. So we're really working the backside of your body. So tuck those ribs down, and you're going to press through your heels to press your hips up towards the ceiling. You're not looking to get an arch in your back. You want to keep those ribs pulled down, core engaged, and just feel a light squeeze through those glutes and hamstrings. So 5 bridges. Now, if you're a little more advanced on bridges and want to maybe challenge yourself more, you can go back and forth and do 5 single leg bridges. You can see here I raised myself into that bridge position, and then I'm alternating raising one leg up off of the mat, keeping my pelvis totally stable. So you could try for even just one of these too if you're not sure. But this is a really good core challenge and really good for your glutes. And this will also translate well for running and walking. All right, next we're gonna do some side planks. So come onto your elbow, and if you're feeling up to it, you can raise that top leg a few times. If you are not as advanced on this, feel free to only to keep your knee on the ground. So you're just creating a bridge between your elbow and your knee instead of your foot. So this is a relatively quick one, but really focus on keeping that whole core straight. So just 5 of those on each side. And finally, we're going to finish up with some air squats. If you've got a chair, you could do squats down to your chair. But I like to drop down as low as I can while still being able to come back up. That's the key. You really want to be able to stand back up. So 5 air squats. And a nice alternative, if you want to get a little balance work in to work on that ankle strength and just your general balance and coordination, let's rock out some single leg squats. These are really tricky to do when you don't have a chair behind you. You can see how much my knee is wiggling. So if you have a chair, I prefer to do single leg squats to a chair where you can sit down, and that way, if you fall over, you land in a chair. It's great. So if you're up for it, do like 5 single leg squats or maybe even just 1 on each side. Whatever feels good for you right now. The idea here is we are reversing the sitting posture, getting a little movement through your body, and there you go. Now you can get back to work. Good job, and I will see you for the next one.